Good evening, everyone. Look at this amazing model, this amazing beauty here. Let's start and tackle that one. You have the spine here. You have the hand, the upper arm coming right through the lower arm. Then the spine is too close to the edge of the thorax, or rib cage. So move the spine a bit more to the left. Get that turn here of the lower part of the spine. You have the shoulder, head moving low, and you have head. See the then you have end of the hair, and you have the ear somewhere here, chin, forehead, hand. Like really beautiful. Grab the hand and actually kind of fingers like that. Then you have upper arm and lower arm, neck here, rib cage. Spine is not. The spine is actually moves right in the middle of the end, so it's here. It's not here. It's not there. It's possibly somewhere in the middle here. Then you have the end of the body. No, this one here, which is basically the other side of the hip. Straight up. You've got that line here. There you have it. Right here, then body structure, her thigh coming right here. There. Then you have her bum. Where the bum is basically right here in the middle of there. Move the bum here. Left side, and you've got the right hand side and the thigh and calf, maybe inside, bone structure, and then obviously she's sitting on a stool. Now by doing this, I'm actually giving a very sharp edge to my charcoal, so I'm actually using it as a sandpaper, the charcoal. Got the thigh here. It's actually quite dark here, and the darks is, well, the shadow is here. Sorry, it's not the dark, it's a shadow of the thigh. You got the spine here in the middle, and that's it. That is the muscular shadow part here. Then you have the length, the width of the upper arm. Hair, it's quite dark, and you have the shadow of the neck here. That shadow here was cast shadow of the neck. Hair. Face is also slightly darker, and you got the neck. And then the hand moving upwards, the palm of the hand, like she's asking something. Palm of the hand, and then the lower part of the arm here. Okay. Now let's see what can we do here with that shoulder, maybe down a bit more, and then you have the slightly half tone here, which is basically all this area, and then darkest tones on there. Then the spine itself moves right here. That's what the spine is, and that is the light area, which is basically this muscle which goes all up to the body structure, which shows the muscle here. And then you have the rib cage. Then a dark tone. A darker tone, actually, it's quite dark all here. Maybe less rib cage, because I think it's quite exaggerated. Less rib cage there. And then the thigh. And the thigh, then you have the kneecap, which is actually straight down here, kneecap, straight down there, and then moving it inwards. And all this area, it's kind of in shadow, or at least a half tone. There you go. And then you have the jaw, which is right here, and the lower part of the, the knee, elbow. Right, here's the elbow. But then you see this, it's a lot brighter than that. Well, not really, but it's slightly darker than this, but well, this area is slightly darker than that, but then it's not dark as this. So that muscle here is slightly lighter than the muscle here. So that should be darker than that, not this darker than that. So see, always with values, work with the values. How dark are those values? This compared to that upper muscle. Also, this is a lot brighter. And you see this one here? It's a lot brighter. There. And then half tone. Now you have beautiful those little dimples here, which are suggest muscle of the shoulder, and then a lot darker here, a lot darker here. Okay. And the muscle here, this one, the fold, it's not actually muscle, fold of the hip with the rib cage, it's there. And actually lose that line here. I could get away with that line, completely lose that one here, look. Don't need that on the drawing. And bring some background there, look. That line here, look. There. Maybe bring back some of the line of the there, which I've missed. Now that's a bit strong compared to what I see there, but I'll leave it for the time being. And then just focus a little bit more on the upper wrist here. Palm of the hand. Finger. There, and then there. Just give it a little bit of an ambience, a bit of a dark background, and also it pushes back the hand, you see, by giving that kind of middle tone shadow here. There you go. It gives a mysterious look as well. It's nice. Mainly just pushes back those two hands here. Well, both hands. And connecting those half tone, also this one here. And you have that. Darker tone. The upper arm. Sorry, is that? No, that's the upper arm here. All right, okay. Now getting back into getting that beautiful turn here of her rib cage. And some highlight here where the muscle connects with the shoulder. This one, that little beautiful highlight there. And also some highlight here. Bring up the cast shadow of the neck upwards. And also emphasize this one here, which I almost ignored. And push the ear back a bit more. There, back the ear. And connect the ear with the wider cast shadow. And a little bit darker here as well. The bum is actually quite softer than that, which is a bit softer than that. Yeah. Softer in shadow, I mean, that's what I mean, softer. And also push back the knee cup. And the knee itself, push it back there. All right. I'll continue some more. It's quite late. Hello again. Here we are on a different day. Same drawing. Did it? No, ask. Different day, same drawing. And a little bit of noise coming from the kitchen. That's fine. Now, here you go. Sharpen your your charcoal to get more and more darks here. Get that beautiful dust, and that will help on keeping the body with some dark lines, sharp dark lines here. That dark here on the butt, give it a bit more roundness. See that shadow here? There you go. And then half tone here. Some darks here. A bit more rounded. Or at least give it a little bit of a body. As in a bit darker. Get that line here which separates the upper thigh with the calf, and a bit more rounded here, because obviously that's the knee cup. There you go. And darker. she's sitting. And a little bit darker here. The butt cheek. Just so you have more contrast between that area, lightest, and a little bit more of a rounded, and then I'll show it shows the roundness as well of the butt. Then some highlight, which reflects the light from this cheek, which is lighter, to the darker one here, the shadows are. You can lose that line here, the line of the butt underneath here. You can merge it with the dark. Where she's actually sitting. Around it. Then I can keep that area as the lightest one, or at least give it a little bit of a darker tone here. So give her right cheek but light, and then make it darker here. And some highlight here. And a bit more roundness, or a bit less roundness actually. A bit more bone structure which is underneath her rib cage. Getting rid of some of these lines here with the putty. Make it a bit straighter line here. There you are. And then highlight in the hand, because there's a bit of confusion up here as to where the hand starts. So that's hair here, and that's also hair, and that's the hand up here. There. And let's make it a bit more delicate, basically extending the middle finger, index finger here, less dark. As I said, I want this area to be closer to the background, or at least give the impression of this closer by darkening things here. There. And giving it that bone structure. Yeah. Making it a bit more bony, this area here. Brighter here, a bit brighter, and there you go. Lighter, some highlights here, which is basically muscle, shoulder blade, and emphasize this muscle which comes from the spine here. That one, that long one, this one. That gives a very nice, well, it's basically the muscle which is being most highlighted from the light coming, not sun, obviously not sunlight, but it's, I'm sure it's in the studio. So it's been highlighted by artificial lighting. So that's why you get this highlight here. Little muscles here, which is it's a secondary light. So they shouldn't be as bright, those here, as bright as this, the main muscle. There. And bring it down. Maybe the upper hand is a little bit, I could push that a bit further on the right here, and move that a little bit more to the right as well. There. Extend the upper arm, sorry, the lower arm, the length of the lower arm, and also give it a little bit of a putty rubber. Thumb and index finger here gives more of a hand impression. Wrist and some highlights on the eyebrow and cheek. Ear, it's obviously here, but it's shouldn't be too bright, as again it doesn't catches the light straight away. It's a secondary source of the light. It's not that catches the light, this one, this area of her body, but not the ear. You can give it a bit, you can make it a bit brighter as to know where it is, but it shouldn't be any brighter than this muscle here. It's always about tonal values here, giving the impression, and this is in the first, or the plane which receives the most light, and that's the secondary one, where it's still a bit brighter than the face, but not as bright as this muscle. This shoulder here could go a little bit less of a line, like this. There. And a little bit darker. So highlight that area, then the shoulder blade, not this muscle here, not on the shoulder blade, this one here. There. And also bring some highlight here, there, bit of a muscle here, then move that area, or brighten up the background here, and then highlight it here. Bit of highlight on the flesh tone here, as it is quite dark at the moment. Slightly lighter, yeah, to give that roundness, soft flesh tone, and rounded as well. I guess that's a little bit too bright, but let me think differently here. Why not keeping all that area a little bit darker, so all that, instead of darkening this one here. So a slight different view, a slightly different view of what the artist has done here. So yes, having a high line or a line, but not as dark. A bit more like a symbolic line there, but change it, yeah? You see? That blends. It's not better, or it's not better, it's just a different approach. Light up there, or give that impression that you see that by giving that slight misty look on the upper arm, you suggest as well that it was moving just about milliseconds ago. So it kind of it's like catching the movement of the hand as it is taking the pose. And then with this, with the charcoal dust that I prepared, charcoal dust here, take it and then use it, well, I see it's mainly used here on the thigh, and all that is also dark. And then bring that here, kneecap here. I think it was too extensively long. And then this highlight here on the thigh. Calf a little bit more rounded here. I think I've done that a bit, and the bone structure is a bit funny. So instead of making all these twists and turns, it makes the shin, as she's got like a kind of a issues there with her shin, not straight. Keep an eye on that shin here, and then bring it that here, and then there, making it straighter here, there. Again, kind of a misty look here. It's what same theory of the upper arm. If you move, first of all, it's a nice ambience to start with. Secondly, when you do not give it a definite shape or a line, then it leaves it open to interpretations, no? And you know, the shin or the kneecap moving up and down, things like that. Which obviously a model should do because she's on the move to take a nice pose. So you allow for that. Or you expect that, not allow, but you expect that to be the case. Some highlights. I can do the lines instead of doing them with a sharp edge or charcoal, you can do them with a putty rubber. There you are. And then bring that, make it a little bit thinner here, thinner there. Obviously she's a young girl, so thinner shin. That's a bit better. Okay, well, I guess not much to be done from now on. It's just to highlight a few darks here. That dark end is a little bit of rib cage. There. And then you have the muscle here. Main muscle, which moves right down there. Sorry about my neighbors here. Okay, that's why I do the videos late at night, you see, that's the reason. But anyhow, it's afternoon here, so you expect those. Kind of a rib cage. And then a little bit more highlight here on the shoulder up here, right up. A bit of light here. There. And getting rid of that very dark edge line. Okay, now possibly I think I've given her a bit more of a rib cage, as in a bit wider. Like it's not a big deal, just give it a little bit more of a shadow here, or a darker tone, not a shadow necessarily, but a darker, slightly darker tone. Elbow, and a darker tone here, half tone. Okay, I think it's done. Yeah, pretty much done. Just a tiny bit less dark here. This is not to contradict or not to interfere with those darks at the top, and slightly bit more of a wider shoulder here. And just make the shoulder wider. There. Just a bit of a line, just to emphasize it a bit more. So the hand, thumb here. Okay. Think I've given her a little bit more of a jaw, so bring the jaw a bit more inwards, make her look younger. Okay, all right, okay then. Not too many things going on. I mean, here I could darken the stool and the drapery that you see, and then move it and merge it with the flesh tone. There we are. And a little bit darker here. Darker. Not so dark here, just more rounded. Again, merging it with the background, with the dark of the darkness of the drapery, but at the same time giving that middle tone that I like. It's a bit more accurate. And then moving it, just about emphasize that a bit more. And we're done. Pretty much done here. Today is the 30th. See you on the next one then. Bye bye.